What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the MIgardener channel. I am really excited about today's episode because it's going to be a lot of fun and quite a bit different than our normal content, because a few weeks ago it was Black Friday. And prior to Black Friday, we had just about every gardening company reaching out to us, both known companies and completely unknown companies, wanting to put their products on our show to put in front of you guys. Now, you know how we roll. We always say no, unless it's something, of course, I stand behind, I've already used, and I love, because I'm not just going to promote a product that I don't know how it works. But we thought we'd kind of mix it up, have a little fun, and give them a shot. And so we said yes to everyone. And we got this bin full of all the different products that were sent to us over the Black Friday season. Now, there have been there's nothing, I'm not being paid by any of these companies. They literally just offered to send their products like they send a mass message around to pretty much every person that has gardening related content on their channel. And so this bin contains everything that was sent to me. I am very excited to show you guys everything that I got. We're gonna put them to the test, both good and bad. I was shocked that some of the stuff didn't even come with like packaging. I mean, it came in a box, yes, but it didn't even really come with any labels or anything. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting. It's definitely strange to say the least. So let's go head over to the garden. I'm just gonna check it out, and we're gonna kind of go through some things with buying when it comes to gardening tools. I'm gonna make this at least somewhat informational. We always have to tie this back to information. So I'm gonna tie it back to kind of like some tips when buying, kind of looking at some do's and don'ts, or kind of some red flags that I always kind of, I try to point out if I can when anyone ever comes to me asking if this is a good product to buy or a bad product to buy. If I don't have any knowledge of it prior or experience, I'll always say, hey, look out for these things because they might be red flags. And I see some of those red flags here, which is great. You'll notice that a lot of times gardening tools, I'll pull this one right off the bat here. There's no welds whatsoever in this tool. What I find through this is probably the cheapest garden tool I have here in this bin that was sent to me, is that they take a flat piece of metal, they put it through a stamp, and it forms it out, and then they basically just shove it into a wooden handle. This is definitely something I look for is it a continuous piece of metal? And what I mean by that is this right here. This is my Fisker's hand trowel. This is a continuous piece of aluminum that comes from the tip of the shovel all the way to the back. This is 100% aluminum. This is great builder, this is great materials to be built out of, because aluminum does not rust, it's very lightweight, and the fact that when it comes to strength, when it's molded like this and it's all one continuous piece, it's just as strong as, say, stainless steel or any other type of metal. So I really, really love this. The next thing I also look for is continuous metal is with this bare bones hori hori. The tang, because this is a knife, it has a tang. It is a continuous tang blade. That means the blade from the tip to the tail is all one sheet of metal that was then forged. It's a knife blade, it's a saw blade, and it is a twine cutter as well as a shovel. Absolutely love this multi-purpose tool. It has hard wood that has been actually put onto the tang itself, but this thing is not gonna bend, it's not gonna break, and it's also not going to rust. So really, really, really love this. In all of these tools, you'll notice a common thread, and that's that the weld quality is not great. This tool here, really heavy duty handle. It's good quality in the hand, it feels great, it's heavy. But if I look at the weld point, there is a single spot weld that is holding the left prong and the right prong, which are just a V shape, onto this main center prong here. So what I usually find is with shovels or this hand rake is that after you're really reefing on it for a long period of time, that weld will actually break, and you're left with just a single little piece of metal here, which actually is really effective. I actually would prefer to have this, because then it's more like a Cobra weeder, another really good quality tool that I've used in the past and have enjoyed, because it's just one continuous piece of metal rather than two where something's gonna break. The next thing I wanna talk about, other than welding, is obviously the materials that they're made from. So when you're looking at aluminum or stainless steel, you have a lot of other kind of lesser quality and poor quality materials being used, or the amount of material that they used really dictates with quality. So look into that as well. And then the final thing I look for is price. You know, when you look at something, the price tells you a lot. The old adage of you get what you pay for, it's super true. What I have found is, I mean, even though this is like $25 to $27, this right here was $12. It's more than double the price. So you would expect there to be some components of it that add to the value. All right, first thing we will cover is the bulb planter. So you have to essentially open it up first, press it in, push it in, let go, and it holds the soil in place, and you press it to let it go. You know, it works, like I said, it works great now. However, if I show you the inside of the rivets, that's what I'm talking about right there. That is all that is holding this half to the other half, is that tiny little rivet. It just does not seem like it's made to last. You know, if you give it a good whack around, it just seems like those rivets, yeah, already. Yep, already. Oh boy, that lasted all of 15 seconds. So you can see here the amount of play in this little button here. See that wobbling back and forth already? There's so much play in this that's already coming loose. All right, now this is kind of cool actually. So this is one continuous piece of metal. It's like a piece of almost like square iron. I don't know if this is stainless steel or not. I can't tell. I really don't. I don't know my metals that well, but it has clearly been forged. There is a blade on this. This is pretty sweet. It's a triangle hoe of some form or fashion. I don't know what it is because I couldn't read it, but it is spot welded really securely on both sides. The price on this was $18.99, so pretty cool. If I were to dig on it though, I'm gonna put it through its paces, because where it'll fail, I guarantee you, is either where it's gonna fall out of the handle, since there is no way to, unless of course the metal goes all the way into the handle, there's really no way to secure it from pulling out. So I don't know how that's secured in there, but it's not coming out yet. So yeah, it's pretty cool so far, but where it'll probably fail is the welds. If it's a good quality tool, it won't fail, but I don't have enough time to really put it through its paces to give it a solid recommendation, but it's pretty cool. Price point is, I mean, it's right around same price for, you know, the Fiskars tool, so it could be a really good quality tool. I just have not, I've never come across it before, so it seems like pretty robust. Build quality seems there. Again, I don't know how the handle stays in, because there's really no tensioner or anything that holds that in there, but it could go all the way in and then be secured with like a screw. So yeah, all in all, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about this tool. It kind of checks off all my boxes, and it's pretty darn sharp too. That blade is, I mean, I would have definitely given a sheath with this because it's pretty sharp. So on to the hand rake here. So again, this is not my favorite tool because there's not a whole lot of purposes to it other than to work small amounts of soil. You really can't do a whole lot, kind of scraping. It's kind of good for like surface weeding, loosening up soil, kind of like if you're going to direct sow and you just want to work the top little bit of soil, that's good. But I kind of prefer to lay down, if I'm going to, I prefer to lay down a fresh layer of compost to make the bed, rather than actually spending all that time working that top surface of soil. But you know, that's your prerogative. There you go. Yep. That was, how long was that before that failed? That was that's pathetic. All right, so I mean, again, that's what you get right there. So, oops, well, there you go. So that's what you get with a single spot weld. But now you have a better tool in the end anyways. So take that off, and this is a far better weeding tool in the end. And you can actually dig deeper and faster with just one. So check that out. I made their tool better. And now you can smack it all you want and nothing's gonna break because there's no welds. This is just one continuous piece of metal. So made it better. I'll use that from now on. So now you're looking at this. This is, well, that's all I really have to say about that. Now this thing is intriguing because this is really interesting. It's super good quality plastic. The weld is what concerns me, but it is really durable and it's stainless steel, so it seems like it's good quality. But I don't know. I just don't know enough about why they would make it this shape or what it's intended for. And I also don't really know the company because it's all these Chinese companies that want to send it to you. So I don't really know their names. All right, so let's give it a good trial here. I'm going to really give it the gusto and dig in there. You know, it does really turn the soil well. I'll be honest. That's pretty impressive. But it's kind of it's disorienting because you're so used to using a shovel like this where you push in and you're more connected in a direct line, you know, that your hand's going in the same direction that the shovel is, whereas with this your hand is going in the same direction, but it's offset by however far this handle is. So it's you're pushing, but you're almost wanting to like push on an angle in. If I push in, it just feels strange. It's not that it doesn't work, it just has a much more different feeling, and maybe that's better for your wrist, I don't know. And now it comes to my favorite gardening tool of them all, the one that I think is going to replace all of the other gardening tools and make everything obsolete: the plastic gripped dinosaur digger. Not only does this thing give you leverage when you're digging through the soil, but it's made with lightweight material that won't tire you out. I absolutely love this thing. This is a beast at digging. Sure, it's made from plastic, which is a very poor material to build things out of, but the leverage and sheer power that you feel when you're using this tool, this thing is incredible. Really love this. Now, might I add that it really hurts your hand. It does hurt your hand in a way that makes you feel like you're gonna get a blister within mere seconds of using it. It does only cost $1.50. You can absolutely give this to kids and they will have a riot doing it. Would I consider this a garden product? No. Do I feel like I have power digging with it? No. I feel like I have far less power. Am I its intended audience? No. Do I know this? Yes. Do I think this is a garden product? Sure. So yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this. This was a ton of fun, and I got out in the garden, got my hands in the dirt, which is always that's always a fun time. I hope you guys really did enjoy. And again, you know, I didn't get paid to do any of these videos or to feature any of these products. Some did surprise me. You know, this little triangle hoe thing, that's pretty cool. I might see myself picking this up. I might see myself picking this up. They won't replace those tools there. They won't replace these 3 tools. I mean, how can you really replace these? They're so timeless. They're cost effective. The build quality is great. I mean, heck, they come with a lifetime warranty on all of these. I mean, a lifetime warranty, that's kind of hard to beat. You know, I don't know what this thing comes with, but I don't think it's a lifetime warranty. I don't even know if it comes with a warranty, but you know, for the same price, yes, they're doing 2 different tasks, but I just don't see this outperforming this. So while they're cool, while they did surprise me, they're not replacing anything in my collection. And then when it comes to the rest of the stuff, you know, just save up, you know, save up for an extra month and buy something that's even marginally more expensive that's going to be better build quality. And that's what I think is ultimately the biggest take home. Is I think a lot of people, they impulse buy based on the amount of money they have currently. And what I can say is that, you know, if let's say I put away $5 a month and I really want to get something good quality, in 3 months, I could buy this. In 5 months, I could buy this. 2 extra months, and you're getting something that has a lifetime warranty, and that's just $5 a month. So, you know, if you're really pinching pennies, just get something that's better quality. The stuff that, you know, is, and also look at reviews. But I can safely say a lot of the stuff here that is just, it's just knockoff, one-off garbage that's just going to end up in a landfill, and I don't really think that's helping anybody. So the environment or your garden. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. And as always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to grow big or go home. We'll catch you all later. See ya. Bye.